Josh Blody.
Right.
Hey,
I'm gonna do what Rocco should have done. That was shit.
Okay.
I'm gonna be so negative. That was so shit. Sure, second quarter, great, whatever. What the fuck? Like, let's start off before the game. Start with the reserves. I don't know how many people watch that, but man, we are so bad. Our reserves team, like, the only player that looked half decent was Cottrell. The rest of them, Camp did a few good things, and obviously still like got a few games. Needs some more games, and coming back from a long-term injury. But man, I everyone around me at the end of the game like gets up, sings the song, and I'm just sitting there like, what did I just watch? Like, sure, I can be happy.
So as your unofficial Carlton psychologist, I am going to diagnose you with Carlton-itis. Okay? And we're going to unpack this right here, right now. So basically, Carlton-itis, even when you win, you can't enjoy it because the stress levels that this fucking football club give you in the past do not allow you to enjoy wins in the future. And it's a problem.
It's a problem. Yeah, big time.
I feel you because I felt the same. I wasn't like, I was happy, but like nothing's changed because I'm so dirty on the club for what I've seen in 2021. But ultimately, in the moment, you've got to enjoy it. And it's almost, we're so used to losing that when we win, we don't know how to handle it. As supporters, we don't know how to handle it.
But it's almost like, I said it to the people that I was with, my cousin and a mate. Back in the day, like the last few years, I've been happy with a win, like regardless of what was happening, what our record was, because our team was improving or developing or like, lots of young players, and a win was a win, and it was nice to see that. And a loss was, who the fuck cares? Like, we're not meant to be anything. Like, we were meant to be something this year. Like, if you go back and watch my like interview with you, like finals, it was finals or bust. So what's a 10-point win or whatever it was against Adelaide when you're meant to be playing finals? Adelaide, sure, they beat Melbourne and they've shown some things this year, but they're not a good team. We're at home. Like, we got all the fans. Yeah, I don't know. You can pick out positives, obviously, like you're going to have positives in a win, but structurally there are so many issues, and even Saad's goal, if they don't miss that handball, they're gonna they go clearance, goal, like, or shot on target. They miss the handball, Saad goes through the middle because they've run. But the amount of times that we just like get sucked into a contest and they get one handball and they're out, like every week, it's disgusting.
Yeah, there's a lot to work on. I don't think anyone's under any illusions about we've got a lot of work to do, and that's the hard. Like for you, like, all right, we're not going to make finals. What?
I got belief.
Oh, you make me sick. What? Like, if it's not finals, then from here on in, like today, 27th of June, what do we need to get out of the rest of the year? What is it? Is it a certain amount of wins? Like, what are you looking for?
We need, as much as I like shit on today, I think us losing in the reserves really like doesn't help how I felt. Like, going into that game, I was like, that's fucked. Like, how can we lose against our old reserve side that has not one player that's close to making AFL, like ever, whatever, But we need to win every game that we should win. So I think, you got the Geelong game. I think we play Port Adelaide again. Like, be in the contest. Look, we don't want to say honourable losses, but at the moment, let's take an honourable loss. But if we don't beat Collingwood and we don't like beat North convincingly, and we like next week's not going to be in Perth, so we should beat Freo, even though they're not terrible. We need to win those games. We need to get close to, if we finish the season 10 and 12, it's okay. Like the second half of the season, at least there's something to build on. I really think as well, like off field, Cripps taking, you know, a pay cut, it says something. Obviously he would do that. Like it's Cripps. So we all, as much as we weren't sure he was going to re-sign, you kind of knew he was. It's huge. It says something for Walsh next year. Like, how much money does he take? It says something for Harry in a couple of years when he ultimately like gets free agency or whatever, or re-signs his big contract. Like it says a lot. And if we can go, you know, however many games, like 6-3 or whatever it is for the rest of the year, like it's something to take, and it
momentum next year.
Yeah, and then you hopefully have Charlie plays the last couple of games and has a preseason, and you know Harry and Charlie play together. Like that is a fucking amazing forward line. If Charlie's agile and can play and is as good as he was, it's something like that. Just today, and seeing fans kind of happy is just like, no.
Well,
I can't take it.
You can't take away from fans' happiness, because that's what we want. We want wins.
Sure, I'm not denying people to be happy, but I
think you're getting a little muddled with the whole seeing people happy and thinking that they think everything is fine. Everyone's
I don't think that. I don't think that.
Yeah, I think everyone knows we've got a lot to work on. So, but you can only do what you can do every week in the moment. So, no, I think it's good. It's a good perspective that you've brought. I think it's good to just a good reminder. Like I said, just 30 mils of Kool-Aid. No, we don't need cans and bottles. We need just 30 mils, and then we'll move on to next week.
I think like final point, if we had a better structure, like if our midfield's not that good, if that's what we're going to say, and like we only have a couple of really good players and we're not sure about all these other players, if we stood in the right places, and when the ball moves in like 5 meters to the right and whatever, and players stay in their positions, and we don't just get like smashed and like all of a sudden everyone's crept into the ball, and like even if they're not that good and they get the ball and they turn it over, like whatever, I want to see like structure. I want to see like something to build on. Otherwise it's just like, oh, fucking, you know, SBS like does whatever he wants and then does something good, and it's not his fault when he does something bad. He's just being taught the wrong things, and like what's to build on? That's fucking kills me.
I feel you, mate. I feel you. Well, listen, watch the second quarter again.
I will. I'm going to watch the whole game again.
30 mils of Kool-Aid, and that's what I'm going to prescribe you for the night. Good on you, mate.
Cool. Yeah, mate.